Hello everyone, Jackie Ding here, back at 6-Star Motorsport with the PhD, Jackie's dream vision AE86, and Chad is working on some final things because today, yes my friends, today we're about to fire it up. It's missing a couple pieces, it's missing the interior, it's missing like the driver's seat, it's missing things, it's not driving yet, but it will start. And that is a big step, and we're going to try and deal with it. So, in order to get the engine to be in a kind of ready starting phase, right, we need the oil, we need the fluids. So we have the VP. This is the high performance gear oil. We use this for the trans and the diff, and well, we don't have a diff yet, but this one in the trans. It will go in the diff for now too. And we have the VP Pro Grade Racing Oil 530 for the engine for the K24. We don't have an oil cooler yet. We'll just do that after. And for coolant, we're using the VP Stay Frosty high performance coolant. It's empty because everything's gone in. Yeah, we really like these coolant. Last time we used them on Supra. I think these will do really well on the 86 as well. Should keep us cool. You'll see. We're gonna go through all the electronics. We're gonna go through all the electronics just to see exactly what's being set up here, and it's really cool. So, may I do everything else except pressing the crank pulley button?
Yes, that'll save my fingers.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
You know how to turn everything?
I think so. Shall we go play? Well, for fuel, we're using some Zesty 93, and of course, this is kind of sponsored too. The VP Racing Fuel Jug. As everybody knows, everybody uses VP for fuel jugs. This is the universal trackside fuel jug, and knowing that it's almost perfect. Like I ordered the smallest surge tank I can get, or fuel cell I can get, because if I just top this thing to the max, that's everything that needs to. That's one tank of fuel for the 86. It can't take any more. There you go. What are you doing? Jesus Christ.
Inserting?
Yes. Alan having trouble finding the hole.
Okay.
First time the radium surge tank is taking fuel. Obviously, if you can't tell, this is temporary. We're not gonna have this just like this. Don't worry, it'll look good. But for now, look, Chash has already done up the rear chassis wire harness for the fuel pump. Look at it go connecting to the tail lights, to the back half. Yeah. So if I press the brakes, it should.
Oh, if I run into the brake switch, but it's not running to the brake switch.
Okay, not yet, but it will.
Yeah.
Sweet. Fuel is done, which means I think it's time for us to go inside the car and start playing with switches. All right, I'm in here. Okay. Now, as you guys can tell, last time we put a battery, the anti-gravity ATX 30, with the Melee battery box already solidly mounted to actually the trunk, well, to the roll bar base plate. So this is really solidly mounted. It's not moving at all. And obviously, quick release, I just pull this pin, I can pull the battery out, change for another one. And the battery comes with a restart function, which is perfect in case I ever need, have an issue with anything like that, like the car dies. Now we have our switches kind of temporarily mounted, as you can tell by Chach's fantastic duct tape job. High quality. This is the emergency one switch on the outside. This is the one that actually turns everything on. So, are we good to play? So just blue?
Yeah.
There you go. Seat goes red.
Yeah,
the blue panel?
Yeah, blue.
And the panel will be live with the red button.
And now, all of this should be live. All I need to do is fuel pump primes, Haltech turns on. Oh. Where's my gauge? There it is. The Y band is reading 962, which is very healthy. Yeah, wow. All right.
Some more fuel pump.
More
so
fuel
I
pump?
can adjust the fuel pressure. Yeah.
Okay. I'll turn on again.
Fuel pressure, I did it by field and got 50.
Can I show off what are some of the other stuff? Well, one of them was fan, right? Fan was a
1, 2,
3,
4.
4 is fan. Okay. Check out the fan.
Yeah, turn the fuel pump up. It has some good.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks pretty well.
Well, I can feel it from here too. Holy crap.
Yeah.
And that's the idea. Like I'm gonna.
Yeah, turn it off.
I'm gonna build we're gonna build a duct so it just sucks all the air outwards and upwards. All the front downforce.
Leave that on.
Yeah.
Then you can see the back signals work. So like.
What's up?
Oh yeah.
The rear signals work?
Yes.
Oh shit! Wow.
That's cool.
Wow. I've turned signals.
And then if you temporarily ground the brake switch wire,
Yeah.
you should have brake lights.
Ooh. Well, one of the bulb was out, but yes.
Yeah, they are probably from 1986. So.
Yeah, they're almost 40-year-old.
Yeah.
Holy crap. 40-year-old brake lamps. Yeah, we're gonna swap out those, but then we have functional brake lights too.
So, is this the correct tail lights?
This is the correct tail light for the Zenki.
Okay.
This is a Kooky chassis. So we're gonna take
Okay.
these and put it on my actual Zenki, the red car, and the
Okay.
red car with the Kooky tail lights. The Zenki with the Kooky tail light, we're gonna put Kooky lights on the Kooky, and the Zenki tail lights on the Zenki. 86 people will get it. 86 people, don't worry about it. Does that mean
Yes.
we're very close to just
Trying to get this computer to boot back up.
okay? And then it'll start. We keep saying like last video, I think we said next week it should start. And charge while he's here doing this, you see some more harnesses being ran over here. The front half of the chassis harness, there's a ground going in. I think this will maybe be for fans and lights or
So that
this.
spool there is for like lights and optional stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Optional.
Signals, running lights,
Nitrous.
active arrow.
Oh, DRS on my front splitter. Obviously we've seen a little bit of here. You know, we have some more. This is the IET sensor is going to go into the intake, I think. Ready for bleeding here. You see it's all getting filled from the back side since this is all tucked nicely. The brake lines are started going in. Check this out. The instead of placing the remote reservoir, not the remote reservoir, the brake balance switch here. I'm going to take the camera and show this off slightly better. Instead of placing this piece, this is where you adjust the knob here to change the rear bias. Instead of putting this whole thing in the car, I decided, Josh put it right on, basically made a small bracket on the the booster delete plate that comes with the Techno Toy, and that brake lines just go down, and we have the extension switch that's going to connect to this piece here, and it go into the car and then go into the dash. This end goes onto that. This end go in the car. This goes on my dashboard, so as I'm driving, I'm locking up the rear brakes. That's not good. Let me just click, 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 click. Done. Proper race car. Proper race car. Real race cars have this. Like, I'm not gonna put the knob in the engine bay or somewhere else. I gotta like find it and look for it. I just want it right in front of me. So like click, click. I know exactly how it goes.
That's all it is. It needs a idle a bit.
Yeah. I mean, you did it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you think it needs now? So like, is it just some settings we need to adjust?
Yeah, just mess with a couple settings. Maybe some like idle settings.
Dude, for a fresh start, holy shit. That's awesome. Sounds racy. I like it.
Yeah. Also started right up.
It started right up, yeah. It's what a Honda gets you.
Yeah.
Is it reading now?
It's 13.1. I'll keep an eye on it this time.
It's just since they don't have an idle air control valve,
Yeah.
you gotta like give it some manual idle. And for that, there's like a set screw here. You gotta like fuck with.
It wasn't super extremely loud either.
No.
It's like kind of manageable.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I want to hear this thing I want now.
We
wanna
can't do
see-
that right now,
We
sir.
have to see flames.
Yeah, I agree.
They technically don't have an alternator or a water pump connected, but I do want to hear it wide open. Here we go.
Why at least like a grand?
Yeah, I think around 1200, 1250 now. 1300, yeah. That's 1250. 1200, 11. They're right around 1000 right now.
Okay.
That's like just over, take over 1000.
Okay. You can turn it off for now.
Rolling?
Okay, so we're gonna now do the test of, or should start the engine, right?
Yeah, start the engine.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna test the effectiveness of the kill switch to make sure that this battery isolator, when we do eventually, like, hey, emergency, I'm out of the car, someone press this thing, it kills everything, including the engine. So, all right, ready? Start the car. Wait for the fuel pump. Fuck, it's so good. It's so good. It just starts. Yeah, wideband respawn like 14, 515 right now, and I know. All right,
It set itself up.
that's so good. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Yes, it's so good. Oh my god, it works.
Yeah. It's like the more it runs, the more it
Yeah,
calibrates itself.
the more it just gets better. We're GLTC ready. We're missing a steering wheel.
We're missing the back half, but
The rest of the car ain't ready, but we're here. Oh my god. Wow. That's awesome, man. Holy shit. You're gonna already start trying to put everything in right now?
oh yeah. Ain't wasting no time.
Alright, let's go.
It's like Christmas morning.
It is Christmas morning. It is Christmas morning here over here at 6-star and PhD because one of our big missing pieces just showed up. Thank you to our friends at CM Auto House for this lovely leaf, freshly built LSD. This is the differential. This is the actual diff with the ring gear and the input shaft and the ring gear and final drive and everything. I can't remember the exact final drive I went for, so I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I think it's shorter than it's either a 4.3 or a 4.5, so it's pretty short. Because the original S2000 engine was a S2000 rear end was a 4.1. Obviously, we're using shorter tires too, which means it'll be even shorter than that car. This is a GOOOOO LSD, GOOOOO AE86 LSD, and it's made by it's Cusco. It's a Type RS. I think we set it to 1.5 weight with 75% lock, which means all that means it should be very slidey, and it shouldn't kill me on the way into a corner if I just like lift off the throttle a little too aggressively. It shouldn't just sudden decel lock and then I die. Because with a wheel situation, this is quite important for you to have a little bit of modularity on the braking just in case. This is meant to pair well with our panic axle, and it does. Look, everything kind of very gently goes into this. That wasn't very gentle, but it is in there. Oh yeah, and you can tell the panic is not only does it have like very fresh, very nice hardware and all that. Check this out. Not only is the flange looking much thicker and beefier and stronger. See that? Lovely. But this is actually, I think, the bit that usually have issues with AE86 stock axles. You can tell how much, just reasonably speaking, more reinforced everything is. I think it's this part, right? It's the spline part that usually breaks.
So they step up the axle diameter and spline count to a 7.5 instead of a 6.7.
What he said. I can't tell the difference, but what he said. Thanks, Matt Panic from Panic Made. These axles are supposedly bulletproof. We also have our guys at Speed Academy, my good friend DP. He's been running these in his beams, Celica, lovelyly known as Connie. And that car has been really good. It's been so good with this axle, actually, that they're actually selling their Mark 1 Super rear axle that he had hoarded because he's like, oh, just in case it's not good enough and the 886 axle won't hold, I'm gonna upgrade to that. So he never had to upgrade, which means I think this will be good for us. and now we're gonna try to put everything in. So diff, final time the pumpkin will go in with the LSD, and the final drive, the axles will go in. Axles goes in, the brake goes in, the brake rotor goes in, the brake caliper goes in. Everything unfolds from there, and then from there we got the handbrake, we have the cables going to the front, and we can rework this. Like, it's all happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. We've also last week brought over the front radius bar from Cusco, thanks to the suggestion of our friend at CM Auto House, because, well, apparently, or it's kind of easy to tell, your radiator support, or lower radiator support, which is supposed to be your suspension pickup point for your brackets, for your tension rods, they're not very strong. As you can tell, our car has been through some shit. It's hit something right here and it's bent the whole thing up. But we've added these two. They gotta add a little bit of support to help, you know, and you can tension this. You know what it hit?
It hit the jack.
Oh yeah, it hit a jack. Someone probably jacked the car up using this when you're really not supposed to. So good job, previous owner, or the previous owner of the previous owner, probably the ex owner. Yeah, but like this ties up nicely, should give it extra rigidity, and as we know, in a flimsy piece of thing like the AE86, more rigidity is better. Ideally, I'd like to run a strut bar on the top of the engine as well, but there's no way it clears the hood at that point. It's just so in the way. So we might have to go without that for now, and then just put reinforcements everywhere else, because I gotta look hot boy first. I'm sorry, that's just it's the way of life. You gotta look good first. Looking good is more important than looking where you're going. Chad already got the lower one, I believe is oil temperature, right? Yeah. And low oil temperature sensor and the oil pressure that's kind of sitting up there. There it is. Both of these sensors are in. He's dealing with Haltech, trying to put them in, plug them in, and then do some magic, and then it will actually send the readout to my Haltech dash. At which point on track it can tell me, hey, you dummy, your oil temp is at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, or hey, you dummy, your oil pressure is lower than a Subaru 4-cylinder from factory. But anyway, that's my safety. That's when I know shit's about to blow up, and you probably shouldn't do that. I'm so happy. It's all coming together, and we're gonna try to put the rear end together now.
That's what happens when you don't got a gasket that fits.
Right, we gotta play with a caulk gun.
It works great, because this will take care of any imperfections, any
it's true.
Any scratches that the housing has.
I had a gasket, and somehow it's shrunk over the years, so now it won't fit. That's why we're using the good old RTV. The killer of GR86s and BRZs these days, apparently. This is why you bring your Subaru to a Subaru shop. Because then your Subaru people actually knows how much RTV to put in the car instead of, you know.
Oh my god.
This is perfect advertising for a 6-star motorsport, you see. The people who knows how to deal with RTVs.
Oh.
Ba-boom.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Okay. They even painted the outside of it, so it looks much newer than the rest of the axle. Bearing retainer.
Yeah, so like you see the bearing retainer, it's a little silver guy.
The little silver guy.
This guy.
Yeah.
So that's to get, see, they're already.
They're popping out.
Yeah. Yeah, you see what you see how it sits?
Yeah.
It sits like that, so. I'll probably put one downstairs and then probably try to snug it like this and then put, oh, there it goes, really landing right.
Yeah. Did they have this with the stock axle too?
No.
Okay.
Because stock axle is designed for use with stock caliper bracket, which is not as thick.
Yeah.
It's not as thick. So.
Oh yeah. Okay, thickness.
Yeah.
So after about 187 clip takes, we've gotten the two moons of the. Basically, what it is, this bracket is thicker than OEM, which means if we just bolt this onto this, the flange of the axle onto this bracket from Techno Toy for the my BBK, it wouldn't actually seat on the bearings, which means it will move around a bit. So you needed to add those extra thick half moon spacers, effectively bush bearing pushers in there. Well, they wouldn't really sit properly, and it was a pain in the ass because every time you put one and you try to put the other one, the first one falls off, and to put the other one and try to put the other one in, and the other one falls off. So this is a bit of a game of like having 8 fingers and like 7 hands all in there, and now it works. And it's good. Well, we're just gonna pretend the other side is done, even though Chad is gonna be spending the next hour or so working on the other side, and that's okay, because at least look how good it looks. Look, everything's new. Everything's blink. Gonna throw the rotor on it, throw a caliper on it, and then do the brake lines on it.
That made a cool noise.
Right? I mean,
Sounded like a kazoo.
well, anyway,
Anyways,
that's it, and we'll check back in next time. Maybe
Tomorrow?
then tomorrow. Rotors, caliper, wheels, fluid, and then it's locked in. Oh, I'm so
just
happy.
missing a drive shaft.
Just missing the bit between the front half of the car and the back half of the car.
I heard you can buy a Bluetooth module from Sigma.
That's also what I heard. I heard it's very popular over there.
Yeah.